Yeah. Woo!
I heard you.
We're live. We are live.
Oh,
Huh?
hang on just a second. I'm gonna mute tune this thing again.
Okay. Okie dokie. You're muted. I'm gonna share it out. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna share it out while you're practicing. Let's see. Where are we? See. Hi, Murad. What you doing? We're just doing some music. Let's see. Hey, guys. We're just chilling. Randy's gonna do some music tonight. Okay, let's make sure it's. Hi, Arabelle. Oh, okay, let's see. Just chilling? You at work still? We're just chilling. He's going to do some music. Music. Did you tune it?
Yeah.
There you go. See.
There we go. That's it. Show's over. No. What do you
Oh,
want
I
to
was
hear?
talking. I was here talking and I was singing for you, and you guys couldn't hear me because I was muted.
There you go.
Oh, thank God. Uh, um, what does everybody want to hear? What does everybody want to hear? For me, it don't matter. I like it all. Let's see. Trying to share it. It's not letting me share it out. Darn. Whatever you're in the mood for. I like it all.
Huh?
Guns and Roses,
I don't have my
old rock. It's what? Oh, you're looking
don't.
for a song, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. One second. One second. I got perfect.
I don't know what to do.
Do. Can you do Freebird?
Free.
Get us going. Get us into it.
Freebird.
Freebird. What songs do you guys like? If anybody's
Probably.
here. Huh?
I said probably ones that I don't know.
Oh, I like Leonard Skinner. Tiffany, do you want to come up? And come up and do some singing too? That'd be awesome. Tiffany's here.
She here.
Tiffany's here, yeah.
Come up and sing.
Come on, Tiffany. Woo-hoo!
If I would you still to be if I stay, things can still be the same. Time is free and this bird you cannot change. And this bird you cannot change. Lord, Lord, I can't change it. Why, Father, speaks to me. Though this be please don't take it so bad. Lord, don't if I stay, please don't be sad. Savage, let this bird you cannot change. Oh, let this bird you cannot change. Let this bird you cannot change. Lord, There you
Thank you.
go.
Woo! Tiff says, oh, what did she say? Tiff, where'd you put that at? How about something by Kenny Loggins or Messina? In Messina?
Don't get any longer. That's what I say.
Yeah, they will, Murad. Put your link in the chat. They will connect with you. Put your links in the chat, guys. Check each other out. Credence Clearwater, Proud Mary.
Who?
Credence Clearwater, Proud Mary.
Got this one by Creek. See my favorite fortune, looking for hard. Think I better take out oh Lord, no doubt. Rolling now, loving walking down the love is just passing through. Was so far, right out of time corner, look like it's too. Oh Lord, no doubt. Fair fantasy that I know over you. Somewhere I lost connection that I saw play. Baby, every time I play. Oh Lord, no doubt. If I only had $1 for every song I sung, every time I had to wait, till I get to the when I live. Oh Lord, no doubt. Oh Lord, no doubt.
Yeah. Just kidding. Drop those links, guys. Drop those links. Get to know each other. That was good. That was good. It was awesome. Let's put Randy's link in there. Mo, drop your link, okay?
All right.
There's Carol. Hi, Carol.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Turn the sign.
Yeah.
Libby's
Yeah.
sleeping, so I have to be kind of quiet. She just went to bed in the next room, so.
Yeah, that's your excuse.
Turn the sign.
I can whisper sing. I can so do that.
I can whisper play the guitar while you're done.
All right. Oh, that sounds beautiful, Randy. I'm sorry. I'm a little high right now. Can I say that on YouTube?
Yeah, you can say that. Grandma Ducky. Hi, Grandma Ducky.
Hey, Grandma Ducky. I haven't seen her forever.
No, me too.
Hey, Mo.
Carol, what do you want to hear?
Do you know the Piano Man?
No.
No. Gosh, I don't know. I'm never good at this. What
What you
about?
got for us?
Yeah. What's your favorite?
Mine?
What's your favorite to sing? Sing that one.
That's all of them. I don't
Johnny
know.
Cash. Johnny Cash, someone said.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Johnny Cash.
What was some Johnny Cash?
Grandma Ducky.
Grandma Ducky, there she is, y'all.
Carol can
Grandma.
sing. I get high with a little help from my friend.
Gonna clean my room, but I got high.
I forgot one of Joe Cocker's. What this was singing there, but
I like him.
it's what he sung at Woodstock.
Oh wow. That was the year I was born.
69.
Yep.
1969.
Okay, so everybody's seen the Step Brothers, right? I mean, is that not just the best movie ever? And so you know
Step
that little,
Brothers. Yes.
so you know the little saying, did we just become best friends, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I used that reference, and I think somebody didn't understand what I was talking about. I just want to make sure I wasn't that old that nobody remembered that. Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Those are Carol. Those are silly Carol.
Oh, I just pigged out on chips and queso. I'm ready for bed.
Stay with us, Carol.
Stay with us. I will try.
Seems the God in heaven take to see. There's a God in heaven, strange street. It's about the way to the peace. Let you on my own, so it seems. Not to me, oh I see. Someone locked the door. All right, oh yeah, up to myself, oh yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nothing goodbye, friend. Oh, yeah. Oh, you should oh, God. People that I said that oh, what? And when I think of you, I start to cry. I've just been wasting time, but must be tried. It's time for me to live all your life. So much to believe over that. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. You be good, my friend. Oh, yeah. You know that. Oh, yeah. Nothing to do, my friend. Oh, yeah. Don't you love me? All I say, if I never time, I really take this way. Back on the now, it's the day. Don't you understand now? It's the day. For someone to be on there, takes you play. You take it, yes, sir. Hey, you know that. Oh, yeah. Nothing good like this. Oh, yeah. You know that. Oh, yeah. Nothing good like this. Oh, yeah. You know that. Oh, yeah. Nothing good like this. Oh, yeah. You know that. Oh, yeah. Nothing good like this. Oh, yeah.
Yeehaw!
Yeah.
Ah, it was good. I like that. Woohoo! Says Tiffany. Potty, potty, potty. It was a good one. I was dancing. Woohoo! I like the ones that make you dance. Right,
Something
Carol?
good.
Huh?
Let's see.
Sorry. I was having a conversation with Grandma Ducky's burnt bread. See her? She changed her name. Ah, cracking me up.
Me too, Tiffany. Me too. I was dancing. Woo!
I haven't heard that song in a long time and I really like it. It's like you forget what you like until you hear it again, you know?
Oh,
And then
yeah.
you can't stop singing it.
Yeah, like those upbeat ones. Just dancing.
Very good.
It's good cleaning music.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Ate way too much.
Yeah.
What's next, Randy?
Hello, Blue Bulldog. Welcome.
From Australia.
Who?
Any Cat Stevens. Any Cat Stevens.
Ooh, love Cat Stevens.
That's Steve.
That's what Tiffany asked.
Yeah, Steve.
Thank you for playing, Randy.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing. I know your fingers are already all blistered up.
Yeah. Hang on just a second. Let me turn this fan toward me. It's getting hot again.
Yeah. Blue Bulldog, you're welcome to drop your link if you'd like to.
Yeah, better. Damn, it's hot in here.
Now that I've lost everything, say you wanna start something new, and it's bringing my heart close to you. Baby, I'm dreaming. If you wanna leave, take good care. Hope you have a lot of nice things to wear. Been a lot of nice things to wear. Ooh, baby, baby, it's wild world. Hard to get by just before we go out there. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Always looking at you like a child. Though I've seen a lot of what the world can do, and it's breaking my heart in two, but I never wanna see you sad. Going back, girl, if you wanna leave, take care. Hope you make a lot of nice friends out there. Just remember there's a lot of bad days. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just before we start. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. All you can do, like a child. Baby, I love you. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Hard to be mine, just before we find you. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Always looking at you like a child. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just before we smile. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Always looking at you like a child.
Oh, hell yeah. Now that was good.
Oh, I love that song so
I
much.
love that song. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Gotta just sing along.
I was just dancing, singing.
Oh, inside this school. Promise myself I will leave. Don't walk outside this know what they did. Nothing to away. This time I run away and you never come back. Run away on one way path. Seems like I should be getting somehow in your way. And you left me never have mine. Maybe how on earth did I get life is so fake. I can go, no one else knows. I know, no one else knows. Where I am, standing in the rain. With the ticket for the runaway train. Perfect time. But I can't go away. Run away till you never come back. Run away from one path. Seems like I should be getting somehow in your way. Only two people like a madman. Little out of touch, little insane. Just easier to deal with the pain. Run away and never go back. Run away on the one way track. Seems like I should be dead. Run away and never go back. Run away on the one way track. Seems like I should be dead.
Woohoo! Yeah. Hey,
Nice.
hey, yeah. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Loved it.
Me too. I like that. It was good.
Yeah, just a second, y'all.
Woohoo! Yeah, guys, put those links in chat. Get to know each other. Make sure you guys grab Miss Carol too. She just did a great scary story video live.
With one of Cassie's spooky stories. She sent it in. So I narrated it. It was really good.
Guys, if you have any scary experiences, please let Carol know and write it
Yes.
into a story.
Yeah. I'm
Hi,
on
Amanda. That's right.
Twitter. You guys could message me on Twitter. Send it to me.
Yeah, I've got one for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like doing those.
That was awesome.
And then I came across that one little slice of a video of candles, and I thought, that's it. I'm gonna symbolize it and just put a bunch of candles. It gave it like, yeah. So I liked it.
It's
I like
awesome.
playing around with that stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Murad.
Yeah, that old deal I had, it was me, my mom, and my cousin. I was 16 years old. Day we met the Grim Reaper.
When you did what? I can't hear you. What?
Met the Grim Reaper.
Oh Lord. See, you're not the first one that has said that they actually saw.
This was like say around noontime during the day. I mean, this was broad daylight, daylight hours. I mean, it was just the freakiest thing that I've ever experienced in my life, and I've been through some things, but that was just
Oh my God, I can't wait to read that.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I've seen some things that I can't really say. Like you just leaves you shaking your head like, what was that?
Yeah.
What just happened? Like, did I see what I think I saw?
Oh, sheesh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like it. I mean, this tale it just stands the hair up on the back of my neck because it's just.
Yeah.
There's one girl on YouTube. You remember her name? She does sort of stuff like that. And I told her one time, but I sat and typed it all in a comment. Best I could. But she done a video on it. And read to everybody what I was saying and what I was talking about. And while she was reading it, she was sitting there and she was just like, that gives me chills. I mean, it was affecting her, just what I put in her to read, I mean,
Right. Yeah. That's crazy. Like, there's been some other things that people have said that they have seen that are like, like, I guess I've talked to several people who have seen a guy, and it doesn't sound spooky until you just like let it stew in your head for a minute, and how people had the same story, but they saw some guy in a suit. But I think the thing was, it was like not a suit you would wear today, but he was carrying, it was all black, dark, kind of, I think it was like dark features, like not dark skin, but more like, I don't even know. I can't even remember, but they were all carrying a briefcase, but they would just show up and be either just staring at the person and walking, and then all of a sudden this person was gone. Well, at first it was just like, okay. But then I heard somebody else tell it, who's a friend of mine who is Native, and he had a backstory for that in stories like from his like grandparents or great grandparents, how it was told. And he actually saw that too, but it was like a bad spirit that's showing you bad things are to come. And they were actually like, but the natives, it was like something they would carry, not a briefcase, but it's equivalent to what a native Indian would carry.
Right.
But it was like in metaphor of it, the stranger coming into your life, and then in the bag is something bad that they're bringing towards you. So long story short, when you see that, it's something bad, a bad period of your time is coming. So spooky.
Well, I mean, the guy that I seen, or the guy that me and all my cousins seen, he was dressed in black, and like I've told people, his hair was up to his shoulders here. He had a big long beard, longer than mine, and it was all white. His skin was kind of like a palish color. And the only way I can tell people what he was dressed like, he was dressed like the Undertaker wrestling. You know what I'm talking about? Had
Oh,
the big-
wow.
had on the black clothes, black coat, trench coat, had boots, and his pants was down inside the boots, and the boots was rolled back like the old timey boots. And he was standing there holding one of those mowing size or reef, whatever you call it. He was
Yeah.
standing there holding it.
Wow.
And, I mean, when I heard the dogs barking, I got up, walked to the living room screen door, and I looked out, and I was just, I mean, because around here, you know, a lot of people that heard it, they're like, "Oh my God, Reaper!" I mean, around here, it's farm country. I mean, nobody come off up the road here with a Reaper. You just think, well, they're going to cut hay, whatever, you know. I mean, you don't think nothing bad about it. I mean, this guy was standing just right outside the gate of the house there, out in the road, sort of. I mean, just the way he was dressed. Mom was like, "What is it?" And I said, "You don't have to come over and look and say it. You can't explain this." I mean,
Oh, wow.
So you only saw it once?
he was like, "Oh my gosh, Ray, what is ready for fall?" And I said, "No, I ain't no way to find out." I walked out there, and I asked him. I said, "What can I help you?" And he said, he just looked at me, and when he looked at me, his eyes, I mean, it was like he was not looking at me, but looking through me. And he's like, "I was just wondering if I could trouble you for a drink of water." I was like, "No." And I told my cousin, go in the house and get the biggest, because we used back then, we used to keep water in the refrigerator and milk jugs. I told her to pour him the biggest glass in there, which I think was a quart jar. It was sitting in there, but she pulled it up right out there, handed it to me. I handed it to him across the fence. He got it, turned it up, drank every bit of it, and handed me the glass back and said, he just looked at me and said, "Thanks," and turned around and walked off. Well, I walked back down to the porch and handed the glass to my cousin. And then just that split second, I was like, wonder where he's going. So me and Mom and her, my cousin, we all three walked up there in the road where he was at. And it was like a three-way up there, the road the way it went. We walked everywhere up that road, down the other side of the road, up toward the main road, everywhere we could walk. Never seen him nowhere. I mean, he was gone.
Can you guys hear me with this headset on?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
What the hell? I'm sorry.
what? So as you're saying that, Randy, I've heard stories before, like maybe maybe a witch type, right? She's old. She's like, you could tell she's in need of help. She comes up to somebody, asks for help, and if the person does not give her help, she curses them. But if you do give her help, then she passes on and leaves you to be. So maybe that was like a test. And if you tell him to go screw himself, then maybe that'd have been your time to go.
Well, and I mean, that's what I told Mom. I said, that's the thing. I mean, a lot of people would have said, "Get the hell out, get out of here." I don't know you, whatever. But that's like I told her. I said, I don't know who he was. I don't know what he was. All I can say is I'm just glad we give him a drink of water. I mean, because that's it. There was another one. They was this old woman lived out in the mountain back here from where I live. This was back probably in the 40s or 50s, but she was an old woman and she stayed there at the house by herself and just this old, like a one-room shack back. But she would supposedly have a dream, but the way she told it really wasn't a dream. But every night for a week, there was a man come to her door and knocked on the door, and when she opened it, you know, from here down, he was a man, but from here up, he had a hog head, like a pig head.
Oh God.
And he would tell the woman every night, he would just say, if you look behind the fireplace, you'll never have to want for anything again. And he would turn around from the house. Well, like I said, it happened for a week. And finally, she went to the fireplace there, and above the mantle there, they would look like a loose block or whatever. And she pulled the block out, looked back in there, and they was a big old bucket, and it was plumb full of old money, you know.
Wow.
He sold it and moved away from there, you know. But that's what she did. She did. But you know, there's all kinds of stuff like that around here. I mean, because it's folklore. I mean, you know, people big on
superstitious and all that too.
Yeah. But especially around, because like I said, I'm from back in the mountains, and that's like I've told people before. I mean, you can drive, what is it, about 30, 45 minutes that way on the 4-lane going toward Tennessee, and it's the home place of June Carter Cash. That's where she was raised, in Hilton. What's the place called Hilton? And you know, I mean, if you ever looked at her and her family and stuff, I mean, they was just, you know, they was backwoods, old, you know, old timey. And that's the way it is here. I mean, it's just there's a lot of stuff here around my area where it has to do with Indians. It has to do with Daniel Boone. Daniel Boone comes through here, just right over the mountain here. His one son got killed by some Indians and captured him and killed him. I reckon it happened right here on this mountain, just 15 minutes from me, you know.
Wow.
But it's just, that's what it is around here. It's just, it's people big old bluegrass and the old timey music, not even bluegrass, it goes back past bluegrass, you know. I remember my mama's, they would tell tales like that, and just a lot of my family, you know, they would just tell stuff that happened back years ago. Like,
yeah, I'd like to live up there. Simple shack, have the bare necessities, not the bare, like, but just, you know, nothing fancy, just hot water,
right,
you know,
food,
bathtub.
Well, I mean, that's like I tell people, you know, where I live at right now. I mean, it's off the 4-lane and it's off the road, and I've got neighbors that live around me, but there have been times that it'd be hot, you know, during the summer, and you know, but it would be cool outside, but it'd be hot in the house. And there have been times that I would open the back door and the front door, just where the screen doors is open, the screen doors is not locked, lay down, go to sleep, wake up next morning, not even think about nobody breaking in.
Right.
I mean, it is here, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I can go out here right now in my yard and walk around, walk toward the road, walk everywhere, and never really think about nobody being out there, you know, ready to jump you, ready to mug you, ready to, you know, whatever. It's just.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And then that's just like, which I've done it before, but, you know, if I'd see some kind of stray animal out there or something, you know, that might be like something like a coon or a skunk or something like that. It gets around my dog because I've got 2 dogs that's out in the yard, you know, they're tied up. I don't want animals coming around them because you never know if they're rabies or what. But
Right.
decide at 1 or 12, 2 o'clock in the morning with a shotgun and shoot the ground, not shoot at the animal itself, just shoot to scare it off. Shoot 2 or 3 times, go back in the house. Nobody calls the law. Nobody wonders what's going on. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
Mind your
If we did
business.
If we did that here, we'd have the SWAT team.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah.
but that's just the way of life around here. I mean, it's just,
Yeah. Yeah, you know, yeah, I mean, I totally get it because it was all country here before when I was a kid, and then a couple of houses here came and a couple of houses there, you know what I mean? And
yeah, and then you start getting subdivisions.
yeah,
People start building apartments and
yeah,
I mean, 'cause back when I was, I just got out of high school and I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. And I mean, like I said, that was just the way of life here. That's the way I knew it. I mean, and then I moved all the way down there right into the middle of the city. And I lasted 3 months down there, and I was, the hell with this. I'm home. You know, I can't take this. I mean, you walk outside. I mean, you couldn't even walk out on your porch without somebody coming up and saying, "Hey, man, you want to buy a rock? This crack cocaine and stuff." And I mean, it just, you know, it's,
yeah. I could never be happy in a big city. No way.
no.
Nope.
And what's so bad is it seemed like the only time I felt really safe was when I was working. And that's what I told my uncles them. I said, I don't I won't feel safe when I come home. I don't
Right.
want to work all the time just to feel safe, you know. But it's crazy, you know, how some people, it's just like, you know, like been times that I was talking about leaving my doors open over in the summertime. Well, since I got this building, got everything, I've been a few times. I had my guitars in here. Didn't even bother taking them in the house. Just laid them out here and walk out the door and go in the house and forget to lock the door on this. Get
Yeah.
up this morning, come out here, and everything's still in the same way it was. You know, this. And I'm not saying that it never would have happened. You know, I'm just saying that, you know, you're more than likely it's not going to happen than it will.
Yeah, things are, when you get close to the city, of course. Not always, but it's usually that's when the random stuff hits.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like if you were in, back in a country area, if something happens, it's either some kids stealing your farm equipment or it's domestic stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah. Like, I remember back when I was at home, I think the worst thing we ever had stolen from us was some neighbors moved in and they was kind of on our left side. And I think it once or twice, the time they done it, they stole gas out of our bed. You know,
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
that was all, you know.
Mhm.
And the only reason I think they done that is because Dad, you know, always parked his vehicle outside the gate out there, right in front of the house where they have it. I mean, but like I said too, I mean, you know, around here, there's all the time something going on where, like you was talking about with the Indians. I guess it's like the folklore, you know, people tell stories and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's all, I mean, especially during this time of year, I mean, you got all the time having some kind of something like that. You know, they'll tell about Indians, you know, certain type of Indian. Like when they do a raid, and we also had down on the other end, where I live, they've got a we call it I think it's a Confederate graveyard. I mean, where the soldiers that was in the Confederate Army that were buried there. But every year they have a reenactment of, like
Oh, yeah.
and they got the cannons, and
Yeah.
I mean, we go all out and reenact the whole thing, and stuff.
Yep. Yeah. I've been to one. Not as big as some of them, but they, when you think about it, if it was in an area, and that's where they usually do it, but in an area where there was a battle, just think about shooting those off. And, everybody says when you start doing that, that's when you might see some paranormal stuff, because it's, if there is any spirits from that time era and that war that are, hadn't passed on, they're going to think shit's starting up again, You got cannons going.
Yeah, there was a preacher that I know that lived over here in Tennessee. I remember he was an evangelist, and I remember he said one time he went to Mississippi for a revival. Now, he was telling me about this, but he said that there where the church was at, there was a graveyard there, and it had, it had a lot of Confederate soldiers stuff there. I mean, real old graveyard. And he said they was in the church there at night after services. They was in there, and he was talking to the pastor, and I think it was him and the pastor and like 2 or 3 more, maybe the pastor's and the kids or whatever. But anyways, he said all of a sudden it sounded like they had World War III outside, and he was like, "What in the world's going on?" He asked that pastor, and he said, "Oh," he said, "you don't have to pay no attention to that." He said, "It's just the ghost out there, having the war over." Yeah, he said, "Don't worry about it." He said, "No," he said, "they won't bother you." He said, "But it's just what they do ever so often,
Yeah.
But
They're just reenacting a time in their life. It's like residual. Yeah. That's sad though.
It is sad.
I mean, if they're cognitive, if unless it's just the energy of the event that happened that plays out in the universe, or if it is a spirit who is stuck there and that's what's happening, it's sad. The whole thing's sad. The words were sad.
Right.
People dying was sad. But the history of it all, I love to learn about and watch those reenactments, just because, I don't think anybody really truly understands how bad, how bad it was during each wartime and how they were affected, and so it's good to see those so people can remember and learn. But I'd love to go visit some of those places.
Well, see, that's like there's a place over here. It's called a Natural Tunnel State Park, which is pretty much just like a big hole in the ground. And it's made out of limestone, but there's a tunnel that goes through it, and it was carved out by years and years of water running through it. Which now they've got a railroad track, that goes through it. It's been there for years, but supposedly there's a real big high cliff on one side over there, and it's got like a ledge that comes out, and I don't know how high it is. It's high. I mean, it's probably 500-800 foot high, maybe something. I'm not for sure, but anyway. Supposedly there was two tribes of Indians, and they had a daughter and a son, and they wanted to get together, which they didn't allow it, in each tribe. So apparently they went up there on that ledge, the boy and girl, and held hands and jumped off
Hmm.
because their parents wouldn't let them be together. And
That's sad.
it's called Lover's Leap's what it's called. But yeah, I mean, this stuff you can get on the internet and look it up. I mean, it's Natural Tunnel State Park, and like I said, it'll show you the tunnel, train go through it. They've got they have like the Indian powwows over there. I mean, it's matter of fact, the picture Nathan where he was going to prom. I've got one of the photos where they took the pictures at is where that is over there. It's a beautiful place. I mean,
Oh wow.
they have a chairlift that takes you straight down the mountain down to where you can walk over to where the tunnel's at. They have a deal during Christmas time. They call it Light of the Tunnel, and what they do is they take these big spotlights and shine it at the tunnel. But now, when I was a kid, now they won't let you go in the tunnel because the railroad afraid somebody get hurt, sue the railroad, whatever. But now, when I was a kid, I remember we used to go over and you had to walk all the way down to the bottom, and you could cross the creek, get up on the railroad track, and walk all the way through the tunnel. Nobody ever seen that. It's
Oh
just
wow.
a cool place. Like I said, you can get online and check it out. It's this cool place, you know. And see, I'm not that far. I think maybe about an hour, about an hour and a half, maybe to y'all probably heard of it, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. That's where Dollywood's at.
Oh my.
But I'm about an hour and 30 minutes from there, you know. So it's like I say, it's just
Yeah.
a lot of well-known places around here. I mean,
I love
I,
history. History.
I
I
didn't.
love history.
I like it here because, like I said, well, the little town. It's about 15 minutes up the road here. There was a let's see, when was it? Back in 2000 and maybe 2010 or something like that. They made a movie about the town up here, and the name of the movie is called Big Stone Gap. If you ever want to watch it, I mean that everything that was filmed was around where I live here.
Are you East Tennessee? Asked Megan.
Uh,
Are you East Tennessee?
I'm in what they call, and a lot of times when I say this, people thinks that I'm saying West Virginia, but I'm not. It's not West. I'm just in Virginia, but it's called Southwest Virginia. It's one word, Southwest, and then Virginia. It's where I'm at. It's I'm about I'm about 50 miles from Bristol Motor Speedway, something like that. About 50 miles, I think it is. But no, I don't live far from Tennessee. I mean, I'm the parts of Tennessee that I'm close to is like Johnson City, Tennessee, Kingsport, Tennessee, and then if you go just the opposite way, I live not far from Kentucky, which is
That's where my family's at, Kentucky.
Harlan County, Kentucky, which is that was a real big place for coal mines back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s and 60s. But No, I'm in what's it called, Southwest Virginia, which is, like I said, don't take it wrong. It's not West Virginia because that's a whole different thing. I'm in the southwestern part of Virginia. I guess you could say it that way.
There you go. Megan has a friend that just moved from Southwest Virginia, just over the border into Tennessee.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. See,
Awesome.
that's what I say. It's not that far to Tennessee from where I live. What part of Tennessee was it?
What part of town? Hi, Dee. How are you? There's Dee. Drop your links, guys, if you'd like to. I'm still waiting for Megan to say what part. Like spooky old stories and history.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. Thank you, Dee. How are you doing? She don't remember where she moved to. Megan grew up about 30 miles north of Nashville, almost to Kentucky.
Okay. Yeah, Nashville. It's about 300 miles.
Wow.
That's like that song. I know y'all probably heard it. Song "Wagon Wheel."
Oh, yeah.
Well, now
I like Wagon Wheel.
if you listen to the song, it says where he's taking a ride with the trucker. He says
Yeah.
he mentions it. He mentions in the song. He said Johnson City, Tennessee. Now that's, like I said, that's probably about 45 minutes.
Megan lives in Indiana now. Hi, Boomer. What you doing? We're listening to Randy's history and scary stories and music.
Where'd Carol go? She just bailed out.
Oh, her Wi-Fi dropped. You coming back up, Carol?
Oh,
Drop those
well,
links, guys, if you'd like to. Don't tell me you're done.
huh?
Don't tell me you're done.
Yeah, I believe I'm done for tonight. My fingers.
His hands are all blistered up.
Yeah, my
Fingers.
that string broke. It smacked me hard.
Oh,
Took out
Randy, you got it.
Huh?
Carol says you got to send me a story.
Oh, I
You got to
will.
send her a scary story.
Yeah, I will. I'll send you a bunch of them if you want.
Hi, Angel. That was fun. Thank you. Thank you for coming up and singing and telling stories.
Oh yeah, no problem. I enjoy it.
Do you know Wagon Wheel? Yep, you know Wagon Wheel, don't you?
I've got it in one of them. I can't remember what.
Next time you go live, can you sing Wagon Wheel?
Yeah.
Okie you guys want to hear Wagon Wheel? He's going to play it next time.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Well, it was good being
Thank
in here.
you.
Like I say, I'll jump off here and get my stuff cleaned up. And maybe we can do this tomorrow.
Well, thank you. That was
You're
nice.
welcome. Well, catch you on the flip side.
Okie dokie. Thank
All right.
you.
Take care, chat.
Thank you,
Appreciate y'all.
Randy.
Love y'all.
Okay, we love you too. Thank you. Whew, that was fun. What now, y'all? What now? Anybody want to come up? Who wants to come up and talk about scary? Drop those links if you like to. Divination. She does some really good cards. Going Green Mom. Great channel right there. Angel's Army. MCAT does paranormal. Carol XO will read your scary story. And she's the best. So if you have a scary school story, how is your kids? My kids are good. They're pretty darn good. Thank you for asking. Hi, Boomer.
Hey,
Oh, that is you.
all
I
right.
was like, oh my
Now I'm on my phone, so I don't know how well it's going to get along with the duck.
God.
I don't
kids-
always I don't always get a good rapport with the StreamYards when I'm on my phone. So
StreamYards is a pain.
it likes to kick me off.
I would do Zoom, but I don't have good internet. I don't have a. Yeah. Hi, Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
Going
Cassie,
good.
Boomer, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
Not much.
I'm good, man. Good. On the road. I'm in Nebraska, heading down to California.
Oh, be careful.
Oh, sweet.
Be safe.
Oh yeah, I'm always safe.
He's driving.
So that's where you get your name, MCAT, from the truck you drive?
No, it's MCAT's an old nickname.
Oh, okay.
I worked in a place that it was like, "Hey MCAT, what's up?" I was like, "I guess that's my name. Cool. I've heard worse, so that'll work."
Yeah, right.
Aw. I've heard worse too for me.
No. Who could ever have a crossword for you, Cassie?
Oh, plenty.
We
Plenty.
know you're one of those innocent ones.
Yeah, I am innocent. I'm pretty innocent. I am. Nation's in the house. What you guys been up to?
Oh, working.
Laying down.
Laying down. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's going on 1:30 here, and I've been sitting at the desk on either one live stream or the other for like 6 hours. So
Oh wow.
I was I was on a panel earlier on one channel, and we ended up doing an after call afterwards, and that lasted about 2 or 3 hours, and then later on I decided to do my own live stream, so that went another hour. So all in all, watching stuff, being a part of stuff, about 6 hours sitting in that damn chair with getting up only 2 or 3 times. So
Oh my gosh.
gotta lay down, get the back in order, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your
You
butt
throw
starts
your back
hurting.
out, or you just got back problems?
Yeah, I got back problems that most of it stems from an accident I had when I was in Panama. While I was in the service and we were deployed to Panama, I had a little bit of a spill down a 120-foot gorge.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, it started creating more problems as the years went on. So
I remember Panama. What was that? Operation Just Cause?
that was just before we went over there. We went over after all that woo-ha with Colombia and all that. We were there for a training exercise. We were there for about 12 weeks or something like that. So yeah, it was after all the conflict that happened over there in, what was it, 91 or 92? Something like
Yeah,
that.
it was early 90s.
Yeah. It was one of my first major deployments.
Wow.
Other than that, I spent most of my time on Fort Drum.
Fort Dumb?
It's Fort Drum, New York, but we call it Fort Drum. It's like being in the freaking Antarctic.
Oh, shoot.
I only chose it because they were asking for a cohort unit to join the 10th Mountain Division, and I figured, well, it's close to home because it's not far from my hometown. You know, I figured whenever I had a long weekend, it's just a 2.5, 3 hour ride, home. And that was a mistake. I should have picked Hawaii. Yeah, it gets cold in the winters up there, so.
Yeah.
Stepdaughter's in Hawaii. That's where she's stationed.
Yeah, I should. I had a choice. I could have I had Hawaii, Germany, and I think Korea to choose from.
Oh,
And I'm
wow.
like, you know what? Let me get my feet wet first. Then maybe if I have an opportunity, I never got the opportunity to
Oh,
transfer or anything like that. But
man.
so you've heard the term when hell freezes over.
Yep. Yeah.
Fort Drum, hell freezes over every year. So
You guys, Tiffany's saying hi. Divine Tiffany saying
hell.
hi. She says, hi, Boomer. Hi, MCAT.
Hey, what's up?
It's Tiff.
Yeah, it's an existing problem that I've been dealing with for almost 30 years because of that. So it's hard to stand for very long or sit very long without it
Oh man.
going out or getting, so.
Oh, my legs start hurting if I sit too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got knee problems, so they'll start to bother me if I'm on them for too long. I have to rest.
Oh, yeah. That's not good.
We're getting old, guys.
Especially if you're a driver. Working that clutch can't be, good on the knees either.
It wasn't too bad because you can on a truck you can float gears because the gears aren't synchroed, so you can float from one to the next, one from one to the other. You just need to have the clutch for first gear.
Right.
But I'm driving a manual, so I've gone from a gear jammer to a button pusher.
Ooh. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I used to drive
I'd rather have a manual.
Yeah, I used to drive a standard vehicle, my dad's old truck. I'd never driven anything more than 6 wheels, but When I say 6 wheels, I'm talking about like the Humvees we had with the duals sometimes, and the ATVs we had, the 6-wheelers. So never driven anything bigger than a Humvee.
Oh, sheesh. Is it hard to drive the big truck?
No. It's pretty easy. You just have to get used to the size of the whole thing.
Right. The day I found out that I would never be able to drive a big truck was when I was still with my wife and we were moving, and we had to rent a, what was it, 22-foot U-Haul, I think it was. And we pulled in for gas before dumping it off at the U-Haul place. And I'm trying to pull out, and somebody just like gets right up in front of me, so I can't just do a simple turn and pull out. I had to back up, right? So I'm backing up, and there's a, all right, for you millennials out there, I'm going to say a word you may not understand. There's a phone booth behind me in my blind spot that I didn't see, and I backed right into the phone booth and bent it right over. It was the kind that are on those big steel poles, not the enclosed ones. It was on a pole. So it bent it right over, and and I'm like, I felt something. I was hoping it was just like one of those stopper things that they have in parking lots. And I got out, and I was like, oh my God, like the bumpers like right on top of the damn thing. So I'm like, fuck, what are you doing? Well, it's like, well, you did get the insurance, right? I was like, I think so. And the U-Haul place is right next door to the gas station we were filling up on. So I walked over there, and because I couldn't leave the scene, so I couldn't pull out the vehicle. So I walk over there and I explain to the guy what happened. Blah, blah, blah. He goes, well, you do have the insurance. I mean, mistakes happen. That's what. So the insurance took care of, well, there was no damage to the truck other than a little ding on the bumper. But the insurance actually took care of the, whatever damages to the phone booth. Like,
wow.
Oh, shit. That was crazy. So from that day forward, I said, yep, I'm not driving anything bigger than a pickup. So.
Oh, why?
No, I don't mind it. I like driving a 70-foot, 80,000-pound death machine.
Oh, goodness, right? Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Well,
I love riding in them, though.
Yeah, they're pretty comfortable most of the time, depending on
the newer
make.
Ones.
But it amazes me the number of four-wheelers that'll just get right in front of you and then jam on the brakes like, buddy, I'm going to stop in your back seat if you're not careful.
Jeez.
I'm going to kill everybody in there.
Oh, gosh.
Yep. And it takes, what is it, 3 times as long to stop one of those as it does the advertised vehicle or something? Like,
yeah, it takes like 3 football fields to stop from 65, 70 miles an hour. It takes a long way.
Yep.
It's a lot of inertia.
Oh, yeah. That's why when they had, like, when you go through long highways through, like, the mountainous areas and stuff like that, they have what they call those runoff ramps.
Yeah, yep.
And we were going to North Carolina one time from New York, and as we're going through the Tennessee mountain, or not Tennessee, Virginia mountain.
So you're on 95?
Yeah. Going through Virginia with the mountains on both sides. We kept seeing those, and I was wondering what they were. And then my uncle says, "Well, they're for like if a rig goes out of control, they just veer off and go up one of those in it, to help stop it." Well, that's a cool idea.
They're made out of most of them are made out of sand and loose rock.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you go in and the tires will sink in and stop you. You'll need a tow truck to get back out, but you'll be alive.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them that we saw were actually going uphill with it almost looks like a staircase, but it looks like speed bumps going up the side, and they go uphill. We did see a couple of them, the sand pits. Type of them. But yeah, that was pretty cool. It was like, you know what? They should have had that shit years ago, there would have been a lot less.
Well, yeah, that's why they have them, because so many people have gotten killed coming down a mountain.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sheesh. Scary.
Oh
well,
yeah.
Not anymore, but it used to be. If you look at a lot of the older vehicles, the brakes are really thin on those things, and it doesn't take too long for them to get all burned out.
Mhm.
Right.
And then you got no brakes.
Oh, that's nice. Wow. So they have those little things you can go up.
Yeah,
hey, I got a question. I got a question to pose to the audience here. What would be your guess as to where the brake fluid reservoir would be to fill your brake fluid in a rig? Don't give it away.
Ha!
Don't say nothing, please. No.
Yeah, okay. That's a good.
I want to see how many people guess where it is.
I might as well ask where the blinker fluid reservoir is.
Come on. Oh, you ruined it. You ruined it. Ugh. Right. Because another friend of mine, I don't know if you guys are familiar with single mother trucker.
No.
When
she was in school, with the trucking school, she was would she be the one to like show the newbies coming in, about the trucks and stuff like that, and so she'd have the guys up under the hood trying to find where you put the brake fluid in.
Oh,
I'm like, are you serious? I mean, the only reason I do it is because I hate talking about him, but he is the only one I know that grown up who was an actual truck driver. But I had an uncle who was a truck driver, so I learned that he used to talk about it all the time. He'd tell me all about, truck driving and stuff like that. And I almost wanted to be a truck driver when I grew up. But things happen that changed my mind about it quick. I won't get into it, but that's the only reason. That's how I knew about it, and I thought I could catch somebody up on it.
Megan says, "Aren't they air brakes?"
Somebody up on it.
yes, they are. Good.
Right.
Good one, Megan. That's right. They're air brakes.
Megan's logging here.
No, it's
there
going
were
green.
some. There was a while where they had a mix of both, where the front brakes would be hydraulics and the rear brakes would be air, but now they're all air.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
read about them where they had a mix where like the steers were hydraulics and the rest of them were air, and they just stopped all that nonsense and went all the way to it's full air brakes.
All right. Well, they did that late 70s, early 80s or something, wasn't it?
Probably, yeah.
And like air brake. I remember because I know our bus were too.
Yeah, I talked to a couple of old timers, and we've got it pretty good nowadays because the trucks they had back then, I mean, yeah, the motors were a lot simpler and you could work on them, but they had pneumatic windshield wipers that didn't work in the wintertime, and you had to pour alcohol into your air lines because they didn't have air dryers. So you had to keep water out of your lines. Oh, man. Not the most comfortable. Most of them you couldn't stand upright in.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
I'm pretty naive. I'm very naive. Like, Dana sent me into Franklin's Auto Parts for blinker fluid.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
Did the guys behind the counter get a good laugh for that?
Yes. Yes, like a killer.
I bet.
That's like us telling somebody to go to the armory and ask for a 203 blank adapter.
Hi, Joe.
203 blank adapter.
Yeah.
Crank one of those bad boys off.
Right. 203s don't have blanks. No, they have dummy rounds, but they don't have blanks. So I actually found something because I was the 203 guy. I was the point man. On the 60 team, I was the 203 guy. I had the 16 with the 203 under. And we were out in the field one time, and I found this like plastic thing. It was black, and it almost looked like a plastic casing to a shell kind of shaped thing. And so I took it. I was like, out of curiosity, I stuck it in my tube, seeing if it would fit. Somebody asked me, what are you doing? I was like, well, I'm attaching my 203 blank adapter. Isn't it cool? He's like, you fucking idiot. But I did use it as like a dust cover for it. It worked perfect. It worked perfect as like a dust cover, so dirt didn't get into my tube and stuff, and I didn't have to clean it so often. I just had to remember to take it out before I went to the range and
otherwise you'll lose
in there.
it.
I was like, but it was pretty cool. Like, check this out, guys. I found the 203 adapter, blank adapter. Look at it, it's cool. Fits right in there. Like, okay.
Do you know what a can is? A can cannon?
A can cannon?
Yeah.
I know, I've heard the term.
It's one of the greatest things ever invented. It's an upper that'll go on your AR platform. So you just swap it out, put this on, and the tube will fit a soda can or a beer can, and you put it in a 203 blank, and it'll pop it up in the air. Send it about 100 yards. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we never tried anything like that. we used to use when we'd be out in the field, we'd always have blanks with us, right? Yeah. So like what we would do is we'd have a clip full of blanks or a mag, not a clip. Clips go in your hair. That's a mag. I was like, well, to me, a mag is something you read. Anyway, we'd have a mag full of blanks, but what we would do is we'd chamber one round, and then we take our cleaning rods, and we'd take them apart, and we'd stick a piece of our cleaning rod down our barrel and go coon hunting with them.
With the
like
blank,
we weren't allowed to have live rounds in the practice fields and stuff, but we did have the blank. So people got smart and said, "Hey, this will work." I'm like, "Okay," and I tried it out. Damn rod! I shot one at a tree, and the rod like buried in the tree, almost up to about there was only about 1.5 inches, 2 inches showing of it. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Wow.
If we ever run out of ammo, I know what I'm doing.
Did you ever get to play around with? Did you ever get to play around with simunition?
With what?
Simunition.
Oh, remind me of that.
So simunition is like paintball. It's got a brass or plastic cartridge, and then you have the same upper and lower, but you have a plastic bolt and a lighter recoil spring.
No, we didn't have that when I was in. I was in between 91 and 94.
Oh,
and
okay.
What we had was the shit they were using still in freaking Korea. I don't know. The old shit, and I forget the name of it. It's kind of like laser tag.
Oh, what was that called? Miles?
Huh?
Miles gear?
Yes, Miles. Yep.
Yep.
That's what we would use when we do training. But yeah, we didn't have the fun stuff then when I was in. Of course, Fort Drum was always the one that always got the hand-me-downs anyway. The Marines, they always got the best stuff. They got the newest, coolest shit all the time. I mean, when I was in basic, we were still using freaking M1s from freaking Korea or Vietnam, like. And then when they upgraded us to the M2 when we got to Fort Drum, fortunately, but yeah, we didn't get any of the cool high tech shit. I wasn't surprised that we weren't wearing steel pots instead of K pots.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Cassie.
Hey, Ray.
Hey, Rach.
What's up?
How you doing, Joe?
Doing good. Just a little worried about what's going on out in the Philippines right now, but that is what it is.
What's going on where?
In the Philippines.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm out of the loop. What's going on out there?
They're back in full lockdown again.
Really?
Oh no.
And then Australia's going back in full lockdown.
Sheesh.
I heard that Australia was having problems. Parts of it, anyway.
There's a new variant that just hit Australia.
I think there's a lot more to this than meets the eye. So I think. I mean, because if you think about it, think of the. I mean, when you think about the particular countries and particular areas in other countries that they're shutting down, these areas are pretty much like crucial to a lot of, political standings and military standings and stuff like that. So I think it has a lot to do with what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're watching one hand while the other hand is doing all the magic. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because we didn't get all that in our area, even from the beginning till now. We never had a full lockdown. We never had a curfew or anything like that in my area. So I got to think, well, if they're doing it here but not here, I mean, think about it. Why, like, what is in this area, that they don't want us to have knowledge of, so they have to lock people down for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
True.
That's our government. They're sneaky and underhanded.
I'll be right back. I got to put some fuel in the truck.
Hey, Mike.
Get some petrol.
Yep.
Petrol. And some brake fluid.
Yeah, don't forget the brake fluid and washer fluid. Yeah. Blinker fluid.
Blinker. Aww.
Yeah, I stopped keeping up on all that shit. I mean, I don't really keep up on current events anyway. But I just stopped caring. Like, I'm like, you know what? If it ends, it ends. There's nothing we can do about it. So I just live for today, and
Yeah.
Well, I pretty much stay up on current events. The Philippines is my second home.
Oh no! Wow. Yeah. Oh yeah. You have a personal interest in that. So, wow. Yeah, that's different.
I try to keep up on worldwide events.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But sometimes some of the news we get is it's all wrong.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we're constantly getting misinformed all the time. That's why I stopped listening. I mean, I experienced life in the government area, like the federal area, like, being in the service. I experienced the shit that they would, pull, all the time. And I just like, you know what? I'm not listening to it anymore. Like, I'm not wearing a uniform anymore. I don't have to listen to the bullshit they're trying to feed me anymore,
Well, I'm a retired. I'm retired security.
Oh, cool. All right. Yep.
So I stay up on all current
Well,
events.
And also, isn't your wife in the Philippines?
Right.
Oh no! Wow. Yeah, I can understand. You know, you have a personal take in this.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I'd be concerned too.
I'm also within the Philippine community, which we hear a lot more from the Philippines than what is being said on the news.
Right.
Because we're getting it firsthand.
Horse's mouth, as opposed to hearing it third hand through the fake news.
Right. Here firsthand, this way here, you know how true it actually is when you hear it firsthand.
Yep, yep.
Same way with Australia. Out in the Middle East, we all hear about different things. Country Boy, can I ask you to remove that last comment you made? YouTube does not like those comments being put on live streams. I'm sorry, Cassie. I had to pull that up. I had to say that.
They don't want us to S for S.
Right.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. YouTube's a stickler in that one.
I hope it does get back to normal.
If they see it happen too much in one particular live stream, they will take the live stream off or tag it.
Because they see it as S for S, and we don't want that.
We don't need Cassie to lose her channel.
Yeah.
Because that will wind up happening if it happens too much.
Let's see right here. There we go. Yeah, instead of saying like I subscribe or whatever.
Right. The host of the channel can speak of it during their live stream, but YouTube algorithms, if they pick up on a pattern of it in any one chat or anything like that, they will flag that channel.
Yeah, yeah.
It could result in like a 90-day suspension and stuff like that. So that's why they try to refrain from having it typed in the chats.
Yeah. What you do is if you're interested in their channel, go and watch a video and then leave a comment on the video. Like that they'll know they connected. No, it's okay. We're just letting you know so that you know.
My channel's over 10 years old, and I've seen so many changes through YouTube. I've seen it for the good, and I've seen it for the bad.
Yeah. Yeah, just make friends if you're interested.
I YouTube channel over a year ago. Ever since I went over to D Live.
And I'm also hearing now that they're getting to the point where they don't want none of us dropping our links if it's our main channel.
Right. Nope.
I gotta go, guys.
You gotta go?
Yeah. Jeannie's calling me.
Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, all right. Good talking to you. Hope all's well.
So life is calling from the.
I forgot that he had like a personal connection to those areas. I mean, I've only heard him on 2 other panels before when I was in there, and
That's hard having your spouse in
It
another
is.
country.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I couldn't handle that either.
Yeah. Hot point. Help. Hi. Welcome, Hot Point. We're just kind of chilling. I do like to let people connect. I like that. But yeah, it's not S for S though. Like if you're interested in their content, then yeah, just
Right.
then connect. But not for
Yeah.
not S for S.
I tell people they've been boomerized. That's my term.
There you go.
You just been boomerized.
You should take
Yeah,
more.
I had to give it a new meaning when I hit social media. Because before the whole social media thing, being boomerized meant something totally different. So Cassie knows. Oh, by the way, now I'm thinking about it. That was like a spot on awesome reading the other night. Like, yeah, that like fit perfect for that moment. You know,
Well, that's good. Yeah.
I don't get too many. You know, a lot of them are kind of generic. Yeah, it works here, but not everywhere. This one worked everywhere. Like it, and I've had very few like that. You're one of them. A couple other people who I've been and got card readings to as well. Like they're like spot on. It covered everything.
Yeah.
You know, they don't usually do that. You know,
not every deck I have is. I mean, I can work well with certain decks.
right?
And certain decks, I just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was almost as if my personal like guardian angel was there whispering in your ear, telling you exactly like.
Yeah. I really like the Archangel Michael. And then a couple other decks.
Yeah. Hey, have you been using? Has anybody been choosing the Michael decks?
Certain people always choose the Michael.
Oh, really? I figured
people.
I had burnt people out on it. It's like,
no.
You know what? I've had so many Michael readings from Boomer. I just want something different today. You know.
But it's a go-to deck, and it's always pretty much on point.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody told me, like when I was still doing it, like with Mama Rock and stuff, we would take turns doing card readings on the show for Fam Stock and stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody told me, it was like, wow, like that was the perfect card for me. I'm like, well, I'm glad I could assist, but you know, it's not me. You know, I'm just a messenger. There, you know.
Yes, guys. So whoever doesn't know, this is how I got started with reading. Is Boomer. Boomer gave me my first reading, and then I had to go order that deck, and that's just started from there. So Boomer has the Archangel Michaels.
Yeah, I got them from Mama Rock about 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Oh wow!
And
Wisteria got some new decks. What decks? Oh, you're gonna do a video on them.
Who?
Awesome. Wisteria Energy Twister. She reads cards too. She has like
okay.
How many decks? Like 200 decks.
I don't know that yet. Oh my god! Wow.
She's got like 200 decks. Yeah, check her out. That's Wisteria.
Can you say fanatic?
See, nobody can call me that bad. I have maybe 50. I have maybe 50. She's got like 200.
Right.
I think that's what she's.
Yeah, I'll check it out when I'm on my computer. I'll go back and get her from this chat on a replay or whatever. I can't do anything from my phone. I can't you can't do links from the chat on the phone or anything.
Oh sheesh.
Then, but
she has over 200, but she does give some away. Well, that's awesome, Wisteria.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I gave some away too.
Now you do prime. Wake up, tongue. Primarily Oracle stuff, right? Like, have you ever done a tarot?
I do. I read tarot, but I use the book. I don't go by my intuition. I use the book. And I did do a tarot reading on you, which you really thought
was that?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was just a multiple Oracle card reading.
Nope. Because I do read from the book. Right. I don't do all that intuition.
Yeah, I vaguely remember.
And you said it was
well, you know how I am.
The most accurate reading.
Right. Yeah.
Because maybe because it was tarot. Wisteria. I love my tarot. I use intuition with the tarot. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. The only thing I really can't get into is the primarily tarot type, the ones that take so literally, and he must be backing up.
No, just I've got an air leak on the trailer, so I park it. The trailer leaks, but I ain't gonna worry about it just yet. It ain't bad enough. I gotta really have a problem, but there we go. Yeah, it happens. Trailers
those
leak
airlines
air.
go on them trailers. You got isn't there a backup system that'll keep it from getting loose or something?
No, not really. No. It's got to have air, or the spring brakes will take over, and so spring brakes are. Yeah, that's the emergency backup is called spring brakes. And so if there's no air, the spring brakes take over and they lock up the rear end. So if you've ever gone down the highway and you see 8 black tread marks heading for the side, that's somebody loses their
the time.
That's somebody lost their red line, Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Which
I knew there was some kind of mechanical takeover when the air.
Yeah. Yep. It's called springs brakes. Let me take a photo here. Here we go.
But still no brake fluid.
no brake fluid. Nope.
No.
Oh. Okay. Oh, my gloves.
That's when you put the rig on autopilot, you crawl out and you go to the trailer real quick and you start pumping that brake fluid into there real quick,
I wish it had autopilot. I'd crawl on the back and go to sleep.
Right.
No. You're not supposed to do that either. People do that with Teslas. I've seen videos of people, they get bedding all in the back seat, and then they just say, "Okay, Tesla, let's go." And I'm like, you were asking for trouble, man. That thing is not 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
How do air brakes work?
How do air brake work? So on the engine has, I'm gonna make sure my mic's set up. The engine has a gear-driven air compressor, so that's where the compression has, and then you have air tanks on the truck and air tanks on the trailer. Air is sent. Let's see. Air is sent to the brakes, and so there's a brake chamber, which is like a bellows that drives an S-cam. And the cam on the end of that thing is what separates the drum brakes into the drums. And that's how they work. Now, they do have disc brakes that are coming out that are pretty new. That has a brake chamber that's attached right to the caliper. Yep. And then that thing would just squeeze those calipers together, or at least one of them together, to slow the truck down.
That's going to be interesting to find out how that's going to work with discs. on such a large vehicle, you know.
I've been on a
Like-
truck that had six discs on the steer and the drives, and they worked out pretty well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
they're little grabby,
That's what I would figure.
but they work out pretty good. Let's see where are we at on my break. Okay.
Tammy says, hello, my boom booms.
Oh,
Hello,
Tammy.
oh,
Tammy.
What's up, Tam Tams?
Tam Tams.
You know, she calls me her boom booms, and I call her Tam Tams.
Aw.
SCAM.
Tammy's
So
been
an
with me for.
SCAM looks what it sounds like. It's a cam in the shape of an S.
Yep. Kind of like a C cam, but different.
Yes.
S-cam. So there's an S-cam on the trailer or on the truck?
On both. It's
Oh.
the brake chamber has a push rod, and that push rod turns the S cam.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
And
a
the S-
camera?
Yeah, and then the S cam turns against the two brakes. So the two brakes have this bearing on one end where the S cam is, and so the S cam turns, and these bearings will roll on that cam, and it'll press the brake support so it'll slow down.
I like Mom's question.
What is a cam? To me, that's a camera. A cam is any device that pushes against something. So you have cams in all kinds of things on all kinds of machines.
Camshafts and engines and
Yeah.
and yeah.
So that's a camshaft, and it's turning because it's connected to the crankshaft, and it's got these lobes that will turn, and then there's a bearing that rides on that runs a push rod that'll open a valve.
Yep. I blew 2 push rods in my Firebird and sent them right up through the frickin' engine block. I opened that shit up and there was 4 others. It was a V8. And when I opened it up, I took the heads off and everything. There was 4 others, like just kind of like hanging around inside, all bent up and shit. You know, there was like, look,
Oh.
you know, there, and I was like, oh man, this is so. Yeah, I ended up selling that for $150 with the half the engines in the back seat. You know, it's like, oh yeah, this would be a nice hobby car for my daughter when she graduates. And you know, like, all right, $150 you can have. I bought it for like, I think $2,000, and I put like maybe $8,000 into it. Because I blew it when I bought it, it had the original 6-cylinder in it, and then when I blew that, I had a friend of mine that I was working with at the time. Just before I went into service, he had my car the whole time I was in basic, and so he took a 307 Malibu and put it in there. And I'm like, damn. I mean, going from a V6 to a 307 V8, like,
yeah, you gotta pick up
yeah,
some
that's
power.
a big difference. But yeah, I rode her to the ground. It was my first ever car, 1979 Pontiac Firebird.
Wow.
But,
Yeah, I had a pretty cool car. My brother and I had cool cars in high school. I had a 72 Buick Skylark. It had the
those are
sunroof
good.
on it, so it's a roof that folds all the way back to the back seat. Had a
Wow.
had a Chevy 350 in it, 2-door. I love that car. That thing was great. I put a manifold on it because the original 2-barrel carburetor failed. So I took off put a new manifold on it and a new Holley 4-barrel on it.
Oh, there you go. Bet you she opened up.
Yeah, she liked that a lot. And then the reverse solenoid went bad on the Turbo 350 transmission.
Oh, yeah. And those are a pain in the ass on Chevys to get in and out, like, because the solenoids are, like, tucked up underneath there, like, you know, like, you got to be a freaking contortionist to get to that shit and get it, or drop everything, you know, put it on the lift, drop everything to get it out. But I had to change the solenoid in mine. The starter solenoid, that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, yeah.
My starter, like, because the starter was, like, in such an awkward position. It was like, how the hell do they do this? You know, and I was, like, twisted all up. Like, I had to get special wrenches to fit in there to get it out and everything. It was like, oh, my God, just taking out the starter was enough. You know, and then I had to mess with it. And actually, I think what I ended up doing is just buying a new starter and putting a whole new starter in. I was just going to, like, break it down and rebuild it and get a new solenoid or whatever in there, whatever. But yeah, they're paying.
I had to replace the starter. I didn't mess with it. I just got a new starter and put it up there.
Yeah.
Good times.
Oh, yeah. GM really know how to knew their business back in the day, though.
Men and cars.
That's right.
I mean, I'm not the typical, like, car guy, but anybody that owns their own vehicle should know a little bit about fixing something when it goes wrong, you know? So I knew enough to get me by on my car, but I could never, like, dive in on somebody else's and, like, just go to town and work on it. Like, I'm not that type of, you know, but I had to learn a few things in order to keep my shit running.
Yeah, I tried to teach that to my kids, but they're not interested.
Oh yeah, I mean now they've got AAA.
You
know, it's like, you know, just call AAA and you know, have them take it to the garage and let the garage people work on it. You know, pay 3 times as much. You know, I have to, like, I went through this with my mom and and everybody in my family that, like, drives my mom's car. I keep telling them, I was like, there's regular maintenance. Like, when's the last time anybody's checked any fluids? When's the last time anybody's, you know, she had to have an oil change and a couple weeks ago, and she was gonna just, like, have them check out everything that was wrong. I was like, Mom, just let me see. All she needed was radiator fluid in there to fix this one. And I was like, I mean, they'd rather spend $50 to have somebody else do it rather than the $8 it takes to buy a freaking gallon of antifreeze and pour it in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, in these newer cars, you have to do the 50-50 stuff and all that. So I told my mom, I was like, all you need to do, look, take me to AutoZone. I'll get you a gallon of 50-50 and I'll put it in there. The light's going to go away. You'll never see it again for another couple months if there's nothing really wrong with it. But I told her, I says, you need to constantly, like, be checking this stuff because stuff does leak, you know, like, you know, you got to make sure, otherwise, you know, your car's going to overheat and probably seize up because you don't know what's going on. You know, I was like, read the manual. They tell you exactly what you need to do for what problem, you know. And I saved her probably about $150 worth of friggin' maintenance just by putting antifreeze where it goes. You know, Yeah, I wasn't gonna do the freaking oil change for her. She did have to take it in for that, but I was like, at least that's all you need. You know, you give them their $20 for the oil change, and they're not gonna gouge you because you don't have antifreeze, and they're gonna come up with some fucking story as to what
Hi, Deanna
And-
Banana.
Because
Hey, Deanna.
Megan said she learned to change plugs and wires and oil changes and tires.
Yep.
on the old
Yep.
cars, it was easy to do that stuff too. Nowadays, everything's freaking computerized and turbo jet injectors. Like, there's no carburetors. There's no easy way to get the plugs to change them and shit. Like you literally have to dismantle the whole area to change a plug or whatever. I mean, so I understand you have to take your newer cars to a place where they know how to do these things. Like back in the day,
Yeah,
it was just
the
a
new
matter
ones
of
are all distributorless, so they've got each plug has its own coil pack.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm just kidding.
fuel injection and all that shit.
Because I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means.
Cassie's over there like, wah, 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 wah.
She's like, how the hell did we get from Oracle cards to motors?
It's the
motors and
it's
cars.
the car. That's right. It's car workman chat. Tell us about your car problems. We'll see if we can help you out.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's right, Deanna.
Which really sucks because I don't know nothing.
Well, I knew enough to get by. Well, I mean, I don't own a vehicle now because I can't drive. I'm unable to drive due to medical conditions and shit. But I knew just enough to get by with my own vehicle. That's all I needed. I'm like, look, I know how to change the oil. I know if I need a new part, I know how to replace it. I know how to add fluids. That's all I needed to know, Nowadays, people don't even know how to, like, the simplest task of changing a friggin' tire when they get a flat, Like, how do you do this? What is this thing? What? Where do you put the jack? Like, But this generation is lazy.
Spoiled. Lazy and spoiled.
Kids get a flat on the side of the road. Either call dad or call AAA. That's their two choices in their eyes, Like,
Yeah, I've gotten that phone call a couple of times from the kids.
Yeah.
I got a flat tire. All right, I'll be right there.
Oh, sheesh.
Yeah, I think it should be standard before anybody gets a license. One of the requirements, they ought to do this before the actual driving test. They ought to be able to take a tire off and put a tire on.
So you had
and then take their driver's test.
Diva Nation says my car didn't even come with a spare. I bet she's got run flats.
That's possible too.
Mine has
Never got it. They were too expensive for me to ever own, but
mine has one
they're
of those
good up to 50 miles after your first flat. So
yeah, run flat is a system where there's a plastic band that goes around the rim, and so if there's a flat tire, it'll keep the tire up, and the tire's going to get shredded as you drive it. The tire's going to get all messed up, but you'll be able to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No spares. Wow. That's crazy.
I put a spare in my trunk.
Yeah, I don't have a car because it doesn't make sense for me to have one right now because I'm gone all the time.
Right.
So if I need a car, I'll just go to Alamo and rent one.
All right. Now, newer cars these days, you might want to look up under the trunk area of your car, because nowadays they do have the donut tires like in a little compartment up under, as opposed to being in the trunk in the little tire holding area. A lot of vehicles these days will have them there. So you might want to look under your car for a little,
Up under my trunk, there's an area. There was a donut in there, but I went and got a tire and put it in the back.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I was always rolling around with at least 2 extra R15 125s in my trunk.
Oh.
I think Dana's had to buy me a couple new tires.
And I learned something that I never knew on a lot of the models, the BMW models. If you end up having to change one tire, you have to switch out all 4 tires.
Oh, sheesh.
You can't run one brand new tire on the car with 3 old tires because for some reason, I guess it upsets some kind of balance or whatever, or because they're all like attached to this brain system or whatever that reads the traction and things like that and all that for control and things like that. My son had a BMW last year or the year before, and he ended up blowing a tire in a parking lot. He couldn't just go get a new tire, have it put on, and be good with it. He had to replace all. I'm like, really? That's kind of messed up. But
is that you, Mike? You okay?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh.
No problem.
Any more car talk? I'm just kidding.
More car talk. Let us know if you've got a problem. We'll fix it.
some of them are tricky to get to, too.
Let's see, that'll work. What else we got? Any more goodies for the road?
Well, it's damn near 2:30 here now. So I think I'm going to try to get some sleep.
Get some shut.
And,
do they make a mechanic oracle deck? Ooh,
having trouble connecting this often caused by an unstable what? Oh, my
mechanic oracle deck.
Keeps giving me that.
That's funny.
Connection issues thing. But I'm off anyway.
Okay, Boomer. Well, thank you for coming up.
Yeah, get some rest.
Yep, thanks for inviting me. And it was good talking to you, MK. Hey, safe trip and all.
Oh, yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, MCAT. Mike.
MCAT. Yeah, well, I don't know. I said MK.
Hey, boss.
I don't know why. But
all right. Yeah, no worries, man.
But safe travels and much love. Keep it real.
Yeah, please. Oh, yeah.
Hi, Boomer. Keep it real. Like you always tell us.
I'm also going to need a fuel receipt. Truck number 019.
Mike's getting gas. Did a quick Google search and no mechanic oracle deck. I don't know if I would get the mechanic oracle deck. Yeah, fuel. Oh, okay, guys. I think I'm gonna go eat something. But thank you all. Well, it might. It might. But I don't know. Oh boy. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go eat something. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. Much love, everybody. I will see you next time.